Hi, this is the first part of my project. It is the Ferris wheel pod, and I designed both the top and the bottom by just doing a sketch. And then all I did was I just revolved them, and then I connected the two by an extruded circle, and then here's where the Ferris wheel is going to attach. The connecting rod between the wheels are just going to go in between here. Here are the wheels. It's just a 12-sided polygon, and here are the rods where the pods are going to go through. And how I did this was I just used circle on the wheel, and then I just did the circle pattern and I extruded that, and then I drew this wheel. And then down here, like in each of the corners, there's a little cutout, and I just did an extruded cut, and this is where the spokes are gonna like stick into. This is the axle sleeve, and to design this, to design this, I used the guide, like I used the lines from the spokes, and then I drew a circle, and I just cut whatever I needed to using the trimming tool, and yeah. And so I got these rectangular shapes, and I just used the circle pattern to repeat it. And yeah, I did this again so the spokes could just like, you know, like fit right into it, because yeah. And that's another reason why I did rectangular spokes instead of round ones, because it would just be easier to just like get all the cutouts. And then I just did an extruded circle through the middle for the central axis, or sorry, central axle. Here are the spokes. Instead of just doing one, I just did 12 all at once, because it would just be easier to import it into the assembly. And so yeah, for this part, I just did a simple rectangular sketch, and I used circle patterns to draw these bars, and I just extruded that. But yeah, as you can see here, like everything fits in perfectly. This will go right into the axle sleeve, and this will also go into the little pockets in the wheels. The next part is the support towers. I just sketched and extruded the top part right here, and then yeah. And then for this part, for the actual towers themselves, I used the draft feature, and I just played around with it until I got it right. I wasn't sure how else to like get all these angles, so that's why I used the draft, and I just played around with it, and then I just did fillets on almost every edge to just make it look more realistic. But yeah, these are the support tower sleeves. To do this, I just used the bottom of these support towers, and I did the shell feature, and yeah, I did the shell feature, and then I just did some fillets to smooth it out. And here at the bottom you can see these two little cylinders, and these are just to make it easy to stick into the actual like platform, so it's not just like sliding around. But yeah, and then after I designed the shell, I just removed the support towers. Here's the central axle. All I did was extrude a circle, and then I just sketched the little like end button, and then I just revolved that and then mirrored it to the other side. Here's the actual platform to get onto the ride, and some stairs. I just did simple extrusion and a simple sketch and extruded the stairs on both sides, and then I just did fillets on almost all the edges. And then here's one of the fences. I have different lengths for each side of the platform, but they're basically all the same part. what I did was I just drew like a line and then a line here and another line, and I just did fillets, and then I used this sweep command to build this part, and I couldn't figure out how to use it for this part, so I just did some circle sketches and just extruded the 3 bars here. But yeah, so I used the sweep for this part. And then here is my project put together. As you can see down here, the platforms. Oh, this is actually the front side. But yeah, everything was actually, because I calculated everything, it was pretty easy to put it all together. Everything fit together perfectly. I did have to make sure to mate all the pods and like make them parallel, so like they wouldn't be going crazy, because they actually were when I was turning them. Like the pods would actually turn as well with the wheel. And so yeah, and what I did was I made the pods parallel to the ground so it wouldn't rotate. So yeah, that's my project. Here's a close-up. That's how it moves. And then for the exploded view, really all I did was I just mated everything as I showed. Yeah, it was fairly easy to do. Everything fits in perfectly in between the axle, and so there's no problem with that. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, that is my project.